on a winter's day like today. It's cold outside, but it's really nice and warm inside. Something to do is to organize your seed. What I'm going to do today is show you how I organize my seeds using these nice little plastic containers, put them all in different categories, but they're not the only option. There are, of course, our favorite dollar store items, you know, for $1 or $1.25 that you can use these containers instead, which are just fine. They work. You can use, I used them for years. They fit the seed packets, you know, fit inside quite nicely. You can put quite a few in there, and then you can use little cardboard separators and you just insert them there, and then you keep them organized that way. This is a fine option. You don't have to go and buy what I just shown, but I will explain to you why I use those little ones. You see, my garden is an allotment garden, so meaning that I have to transport everything back and forth from my place, like from here to over there. I don't have a choice. It's not like it's right in my backyard and I can just run downstairs and go do what I need to do. So because of that, I had to find a way to transport it. As you can imagine, if I'm carrying these things all the time, or 4 or 5 of them, because you know, you got different seeds and all that, and I don't want to pull them out on the ground, it's a mess. And then you lose seeds. Pepper seeds are not cheap. You know, like this little pack here is $3.69. They're not 99 cents or $1, right? There's some seeds, you all know, gardeners, that are $5, $6, $7 to purchase. So when you start losing them or forgetting them outside because you brought your little pack with you and you left it on the ground and it got wet, you will cry. Trust me, because some of this stuff is so expensive. So I'm really just a millionaire of seeds right now. I have a lot of seeds. For a small garden, I have a lot of seeds. There's people that have even more than this. I would say my inventory is around, I don't know, 200 seeds. I keep a fun catalog of all my seeds. I'll show you guys that one day. Yeah, I have a few carrot seeds. And some of them are the same. You know how it is. You know how it goes with seeds, right? You just fall in love with them and then you just buy it thinking you're going to grow all of them, and then you just don't. And you only have so much space and so much time. Okay. Now let's get it going. I will show you what I do. So what happens, I have an allotment garden, and with an allotment garden, I have to carry my seeds with me. So taking one of these, right? Versus one of these, I can take 3 of these versus just one of these. And I used to carry like 4 or 5 of these in my bag when I would go. This is much easier. Of course, I have my categories that I write on here. I keep it very simple. I have 7 categories. I have flowers, I have herbs, I have beans, I have peas, I have roots, because you've seen my onion. You gotta go check out my onion video. I also have greens that I put in different categories, and I have a category called warm season. It's simple. It includes the zucchinis, the tomatoes, some of the peppers, of course, which are warm season items. So what I'm going to do now is do a pile of 7 of them. Then I'll start writing on my little box here. I'll write the name of the categories, like warm season, and then so I write on each side. Okay, so let's do the categories. Should be fairly straightforward. So we have roots. I will of course include the carrots. Beets will be included in there. I have my onions, roots, my radishes. Yeah, I got a few radishes, wow, okay. Okay, flowers. Of course, I've got tons of sunflowers. I have some okra, which are going to be part, of course, of the warm seasons. I haven't had good success with okra. Okra has not been fun for me. I haven't been able to grow it. I don't know why. Probably too cold. But I'm going to try again this year. Never give up, right? Got to keep trying, because you never know. Greens, I have some pak choi seeds that I saved myself. from a few years ago. Pak choy, yeah, I'm saying it right, I think. Pak choy, cucumbers, which I'm also going to place in the warm category. Corn, going in the warm category. Greens, spinach, spinach, spinach. So we'll continue here, and I won't say anything more. And you'll see once I'm done the different categories that I have. Kale. I think I have it organized right there. Yeah, it's a little bit organized, more than it was before. So on this side here, which is kind of away from the camera a little bit here, I have all of my root vegetables. Then I have a batch here with my flowers. I have a variety of herbs. I have greens here, Asian greens and salads. I'll do herbs. I might do a separate pile for coriander because I have a lot of coriander. I got lots of melons, so we'll do that here. The beans, I have broad beans, pole beans, peas. I've got peas in this category. Then I have eggplants. So I have peppers here. Then I have tomatoes. Then I've got some okra, squashes, which include zucchinis, pumpkins, the big squash, spaghetti squash. But now what do is I write on my little containers what each one of these things are going to be. So let me start with that. It's not like you need to see me write on this, but I have 7 categories. I have flowers, I have herbs, I have beans, I have peas, I have roots, and I have greens. The warm category includes everything that would grow later on that I have to put out, basically starting in May and June. So which includes the tomatoes and the peppers and the eggplant and the okra and the zucchinis. I'm going to use my trusty Sharpie here. I'm sure most of you know this, but your nail polish remover is perfect if you make a mistake, like I just did, to remove this marking. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so you take your trusty Sharpie pen and you're going to write your category. So in this case, my category is going to be warm. Okay, and then I'm going to put tomatoes in here. Nothing fancy. So this is nice and simple. I'm not using any labels because that's an extra cost, extra things that you have to print out, paper you have to buy. So you can see very clearly, okay? And it's just that simple. And you can fit quite a bit in there. What I try to do is I put my oldest one up front, so that way I know I have to use them first. Like I've mentioned to you before, I always write the year that I purchased the seed on here. So that way I know these are my oldest seed and I'm trying to use them up first. And of course, you know, I'm not gonna always do that because I have my favorites too that I like to use and some that I just want to try, right? That I'm just gonna, hey, not really follow that rule all the time, but at least I can see what do I have, what I don't have. The other thing that I do is I do save my own seeds. I'll do a little short video on how I do that. It's fairly straightforward. Yeah, I do save quite a bit, and like you can see, I saved a lot in 2023 because I had friends that gave me some nice seeds and I really like those tomatoes, so I thought, why not? Let's just save those seeds. Nonetheless, I have still purchased a few. Okay, so this is my tomatoes, And that's it. If it's a seed that I am doing direct sowing in the ground, I am literally just going to just take this with me. Okay, so that's perfect. So let's move on to the next one. Let's do one for the radish because I have lots of those. And simple roots, that's my category. And radish. There we go. Some idea. We got 2. One year I left my radish to flower. It's actually pretty beautiful if you ever do that, and you can collect some of the seeds. I mean, you have to wait quite a while, but it's kind of a nice thing to do, a nice way of collecting your own seeds. So this is my selection for the radish. And again, done. You see? Very nice. So now I have radish, my roots, I got my tomatoes done. I'm going to continue on. You don't need to see me do all this work here. Sweet peas, again, sweet peas are something you can collect, you know, just let them dry out and collect. It's very easy. So what I'll do now is I'll stop and I'll come back when I have everything done. Okay, so this is now all of them in their containers. So all the seeds that you saw on the table, now they are all in the containers. So you can see I have the warm vegetables. I have my greens, all the different kind of greens, and peas, and then beans, and then some herbs. And of course I have flowers. And everything fits. And I usually end up using 2 containers to just keep the seeds. And I will show you next what I do with third one. See, now I have everything organized. If you've missed one of my short videos, I talk about what you need to plant in January. So now this third box, that's what I do is I put the months in. I will be placing on a regular basis the different seeds when I need to start them. And that way I'm ready to go when I have to start my seeds indoors. I do have some September, October, November, December things here. It might seem a little odd, but as you know, I just started my onion seeds in December, and that's what I would be placing in there for this coming year in 2024. If you haven't seen my video for how to start your onions, go have a look. I also have a short video about what to plant in January. And what do I have in here? I have my leafy friends, such as my salads, my arugula, mustard seeds, my lettuce. I have some cilantro in there. I also have my broad beans, my peas. I've got some broccoli, some spinach. Those are the things that I would be starting in January. Okay, have a good one. Thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe, you like this video, and go watch some of my other fun ones. I also have a journey in my garden. You can see where I started from in the allotment. It's actually very scary, but it looks quite good right now, and I'm really enjoying it. So thank you for all your support, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy gardening.